Hello and welcome to this demo on document sets in SharePoint 2010. Document sets are ultimately part of the larger enterprise content management features inside of SharePoint 2010, and I'm going to show you how we use them in SharePoint. Now, the site that I'll be using is a fictitious company called the Acme Scooter Company, who has spent a lot of time going to great lengths to move from, as you can see on this screen, a file system based environment over into SharePoint. And so you can see all those main folders you just saw are now referenced here as sites and subsites. Well, when managing content inside of SharePoint, oftentimes you don't want to deal with just individual assets, but you're actually dealing with groups of assets, and that's where the document set content type comes in. Now, document set is really just built on the folder content type that we had in previous versions of SharePoint. They have matured it up and turned it into a content type, and then also given it some additional capabilities. So as a content type, it is defined and it is managed inside of site settings, and under the gallery for site content types, you go into here and here's a whole bunch of them. We'll look under here under documents, you will see the document set content types, and there's just one content type there. Well, let's go ahead and create a new document set. Now, for our company, we want to manage here at the Acme Scooter Company how we do projects in a very specific way, and we want to make sure that certain assets and so forth are included. So I'm going to include or create this Acme Projects document set content type. Now, all I have to do again is select this document set content type, and I want to put it in a new group since this is the first one that we've done. I always recommend using groups and grouping together your content types because they can be very hard to keep up over time. Okay, so we've just done it. It's been created. This new content type called Acme Projects has been created. Its parent is the document set. And ultimately, we've got this master content type for managing documents that have to do with projects in our organization. We're going to be creating a sub-content type that has to do with projects inside of our IT group. Now, if you remember, content types are managed in a hierarchical fashion. So as you can see in this image, we have the parent content type, which is a document set. We've created a child content type based on everything that was the document set and called it Acme Project. And then we're going to be adding in this Acme IT Projects. So let me step into one of the pieces of settings here called the document set settings. And inside of here you can see that there are different types of allowed content types to be a part of this. And at this point, the only one that has for default content is a document type. Now let's go ahead and add a couple of documents to this. We want to make sure that there's an effective communication plan with every project that happens in our organization. Let's add one more piece of content, and that is I want to make sure that we have a project charter with every project that gets initiated in this organization. And for now, that's actually all I want to do because I want to go take a look at this and see how it's actually used. So any content type, once it's created, has to be applied to a list or a library. And in the case of a document set, it has to be a library. So let's go into shared documents here at the root of our site and choose library settings from the ribbon. Now, if you haven't already been working with content types in a library, you have to first enable the management of them, and that's done in the Advanced tab. And it's the first entry under content types, and that is, do you want to allow the management of content types? I've already done that. So I'm just going to come down here and click Cancel. Take us back to the screen we were on, and the first area underneath the general settings is content types. And let's add from existing content types. I'll choose my Acme group, and there's my Acme projects. I click OK, and it's now officially been added. All I have to do is step now back into the document library, choose documents, and now under new document, where it was just one document before, I now have the ability to create an Acme project. And so by clicking that, it asks me for a name. We're just going to call this Test Project. Let's see, I've done that once before, at least once before. And now I'll be taken into this screen, into this folder that shows those two documents I had in as a template, in the template. And you'll also notice that up above this is information on, just general information. I got an icon, I got a title for what this is, and I can look and edit some of these properties. Well, let's step back up one level higher, and that's back to the root of shared documents, and you can see this new folder, this new icon, indicating that this is a document set, or a collection as indicated by this pop-up on the screen. and it's got a name. In fact, one of the other features of Enterprise Content Management in SharePoint 2010 is the ability for individual documents to have what's called a document ID. And the document ID is a unique identifier aside from the name that follows this document wherever it's moved inside of this site collection. I'm going to click close and show that even these folders, in this case these document sets, have IDs as well. So should this set be moved around, I'd be able to track and follow that with that unique identifier. All right.